are at this point. So
They should.
I don't think. Oh, I didn't even realize we were in pregame still. I just realized you kicked this off.
Yeah. So Combs
How
kicks us
about
off by
that?
telling you guys you better know who we are, bitch.
Yeah, no, never mind. All I was saying was that I think our very few fans, they know who at least Papa Smurf and the Shifty Hippo are. If nothing else, throughout the course of this season, I know some of our regulars have come in here and seen Jimmy and Megan a few times. So I feel like they know who James and Megan are on the screen.
Yes, this is a no introduction needed kind of podcast. If you guys don't know who we are by now, then that's kind of a you problem.
Yeah, if you missed out on Sleeping Hector, that's on you.
Yeah, if you missed out on the Sleeping Hector phenomena that took over the world last year, then that is not a me problem. But welcome to Thursday Night Football, guys. Obviously, I'm Papa Smurf. We got James and Megan and the Shifty Hippo joining us. I've got the next gen stats on right now up here. It's got a whole bunch of
good.
And
yeah,
and apparently I'm behind because something happened. Justin Fields scrambles out and almost gets sacked, but actually gets. There's all sorts of now doodles. It tracks everybody all over the field. Oh, this is
yo.
Yo, what up, buddy?
What's up, guys?
Oh,
I just gotta say, I'm gonna say two things. I hate those jerseys with that helmet.
I love them.
No, it should be orange with black. That would have been nice. That's too much orange.
Right. We got the Bears fan in here.
It looks like the Bengals are playing.
Hey-o.
I'm not sure.
Tell in the comments.
But
But we are going to lose this game, guys, and it's going to suck. Carson Wentz is mad from last week. He's going to destroy us.
Dude, Chaz, I'm hoping so because I couldn't figure out how to pick this game, and then I said, okay, Washington can score, Chicago can't. Let's just pick Washington. This game was a pick 'em when I picked it. I think it's now Chicago -1, and I was still like, I would still take Washington.
The only thing I really care about is that we actually get a touchdown this week. If we go another no touchdown week, I might jump off the nearest cliff.
Oh, I got this one pegged 13-6 Commanders.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. I just need David Montgomery and Brian Robinson to score today, and I'm going to win my bets.
Chaz, by the way, feel free. Anytime you want to do this, my Seahawks, go for it, because I'm trying to get them to also lose 13-6 every week, and they won't fucking do it.
Colbs is ready to embrace the tank, and Geno Smith said, nah.
I've been trying to tank all fucking year, and Geno Smith's out here like, oh, yeah, you know what? The beginning of my career never happened.
Dude,
Hey,
I mentioned it in a tweet when they were like, Drew Lock's really nipping at Geno Smith's heels, and I was like, stop it. Stop it. You're actually getting the best of Geno, and you're going to fucking throw in Drew Lock. That is a commit to a tank.
Dude,
Hey, James,
I'm telling you right now, I thought when we got Drew Lock, I thought Drew Lock was going to be our starter. And then Braden got excited about Drew Lock. Keep that in mind, by the way. Next time you guys see Braden, he was excited about the possibility of Drew Lock at quarterback.
I heard Braden's
and then,
a fan.
Oh, yeah. He's a Raiders fan now, but we're not worried about that. He was big into Drew Lock, and he's like, the upside of Drew Lock, I really think it's going to do something here. He was going through that whole motion. Just remember that every time he talks about how much he loves Geno Smith there now. I remember him saying Drew Lock's our answer.
I'll let him know.
Dial it up, JF. Get rid of the ball. God.
Taylor's out here saying the Bears quarterbacks are still on crutches, so he expects Diami Brown to smoke some more dudes, literally. I don't know if that's...
Hey, where's Jahan Dotson? Is he dead?
He's injured. I hope he's not dead.
Wow. I mean, that's an aggressive place to go.
There was also a guy on defense that what the heck was he saying? He was saying somebody on defense is holding out. He wasn't on the team for the Redskins. Oh, sorry, I can't say that. Commanders.
Oh yeah, hey, Chaz.
Banned. I don't know why anyone would hold out from the Commanders. I mean, you're on the command. Oh, I saw someone wanted to.
Richard Sherman said it. Richard Sherman said it. By the way, Geno Smith is breaking records right now, buddy. Geno Smith breaking records.
I'm over Geno Smith breaking records because I
It's
wanted
so
one of
crazy.
these kids coming out of this next year's draft. I know this thing with Geno Smith cannot be long term. It will not exist that way. No,
he has the highest
Chaz,
completion
get that
rate.
smile off your face. That's not going to happen.
He has the highest
I-
completion rate of all quarterbacks
Yo,
ever in these
I'm
first
gonna
couple
end
games.
up 8-9, and I'm gonna be in a shitstorm if I
You
can't
know
get
when
another
Geno Smith goes to the
quarterback.
Super Bowl.
Yo, if
Yo,
Geno
okay,
Smith
no.
Seahawks to the Super Bowl, my
The
God.
Jets are gonna cry.
So here's where I drew the line. If the Seahawks end up in the playoffs, I will
Man.
support them fully the way that I always do as a Seahawks fan. But until that moment, I am supporting them going as far down this fucking ranking system as it can go. I want them somewhere between 1 and 6 for a first round pick. I want them in that range. And if they make the playoffs, obviously they're not there. So then I will root for them. But until then, I can't do it.
Man, Bears just went backwards there at
Oh.
10 drive.
Tell
Yo,
me you just
Justin
fumbled that.
Fields does not know how to escape any tackles. He runs into the tackle.
Well, I mean,
He's like,
what the kids are
the
doing?
game is
The line
You have
collapsed
legs, man.
As soon as he touched the ball,
Yeah, I mean-
what I want him to do.
The only
No.
defense I would give him is that
Because
he
there's
does have no offensive line.
But listen, he has the mobility to do it. There's a 5'8" quarterback in the league right now that escapes all defenses by running.
Tyler?
Thank you. Okay.
He gets
It's
a
like-
block. You have to stare at the ground to find him. What do you?
Justin Fields should go, oh, nobody's open. I'm going to run. He should just look where Mooney is, and that's it, and run
I
away.
mean, in fairness, Chaz, by that logic, I would be a phenomenal quarterback because nobody would be able to find me.
Between people's legs.
Not-
Chaz,
hey, James,
actually,
I got a
how
question.
tall are you? Are you close to me, or are you closer to like Jimmy and them
Swear to
guys?
God, if Chaz is like fucking 10 foot tall like James, I'm gonna throw a temperature.
Nah. I'm only like 5'11".
All right, Chaz is
Okay, all right. So he's appropriate height. Yeah,
I'm appropriate.
Chaz,
height.
I'm 5'4". I don't know if you knew that.
No, you're not. You're like 6'7".
No, dude.
like,
This is me off the stool. This is me on the stool. It's the same thing.
That's BS. I'm taller than you.
By a fucking mile, dude. I am literally 5'4".
and his best
Oh shit.
Charlie,
Oh, are you serious? You're joking. You're fucking with me.
No,
he's
I'm
serious.
5. Zach's met me.
I met him in person, live, like flash
So-
to flash.
Is he taller than Mikey?
I've never
I thought it
met
was Mikey.
Oh, you didn't Mike. That's right. You never met Mikey. I thought you did.
No,
That's
no,
Hector's
Shorter than
bo-
Zach and
That's
Hector.
Hector's baby.
I had to work. Bro, tell
Okay,
me
I don't believe you, but I can't wait to meet you in real life.
Yo, Jazz, I think Jimmy's going to be blown away by it because he doesn't believe there's people smaller than Hector, and I am probably 3 inches shorter than Hector.
Hector's short too.
Nah.
about what 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah.
You think he's that tall?
Yeah.
Not as tall as I am. Watch yourself.
Okay.
Watch yourself.
Yeah, like I'm shitting on somebody for being short. What are you doing?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Hey James, I got a question. Was Justin Fields like this in college, or did he miss lose a step?
No, I mean he used his agility. Like that was his like kind of calling card, but it played better in college.
Yeah, you can't.
Because like
Yeah.
people like
Field
people like
average-
me, we just watched his highlights, so I really don't know how bad he really was.
No, he was good in college. He was really good in college. He could have played at
Yeah.
2 top-tier programs. He originally was at Georgia before he transferred.
Chaz
like-
is out here remembering the days of Jay Cutler.
Oh,
He's that
stop it!
team petting Jay Cutler.
Stop it.
picture of Him.
Stop it! That's James. That's James's dad, Jay Cutler.
What's that my dude? Is he white?
Oh, I just realized Hector's in the
Oh,
comments right now.
White, goddamn it, Chaz. God. Yeah,
Yo,
like-
Jay Cutler.
like-
Have you been watching him on podcasts? He's the worst person in the world, bro.
Oh, he
He's
sucks.
like, Jay Cutler. He's just like the stuff he says is crazy.
Oh yeah.
And
he
then
gives-
Brandon Marshall just destroyed him finally. Brandon Marshall was the last person in the NFL that liked him and was like, I really never liked him. I just liked him because he was my quarterback.
Damn. That's
I don't know if
the
he was
funny
just doing reviews.
thing. Once you start leaving your team, you know the cracks start to show and people really start talking about you. it's crazy to see how people really are. Like the whole, Russell Wilson divide in Seattle. I didn't realize that bad.
Ooh.
What happened?
Nothing. I'm just seeing a player out there I wanted to watch.
And
he's in a blocking. Great. And
want to elaborate?
Wait. Oh, it's third down. Okay, mistake. Okay, I was wondering why mistake was out there. So is Gibson going back to special teams?
Oh,
yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, because Brian.
Oh, yes.
Isn't Brisker the dude who wants out?
Crispy? What?
Richard Sherman was talking about him, I think.
Do you think it was what?
I think Richard Sherman was mentioning him in the beginning, was like he wants out.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, one of their cornerbacks requested a trade and said he wants to start over in a fresh start. I just don't know who it is. I don't care enough about,
I was hitting up one of my friends who's a Washington fan, and he's like, it came from like he was on some PFF podcast, which everybody has their own thoughts about that. But he was saying he's like, I'm just not used well. Like, I'm a man coverage corner, and then they broke it down, and like 65% of their coverages are zone. So he's like, he's not wrong. The dude,
right.
The kid was, he's not wrong for wanting to trade out. His reasons are correct.
I mean, I get it. My boy Medina in the chat. Whatever Papa Smurf says is fact. Goddamn straight it is.
Wait, how the fuck did we lose Chaz and gain a Ghost of Braden?
Oh, there is the Ghost of Braden. And I'll unmute you, Shifty. I didn't know it was going to go on in the background.
Woo! Back in the game.
I wasn't sure what noises we could get from the background when you gave me the hold up signal. So I was like, let me just.
Well, I was just going to get beers. That's all.
I respect it. That's the one downside of streaming before I have to go to work. Like, I can't get drunk. I mean, I could because I'm probably not going to see anyone for 8 hours. And more than likely, nobody could catch me. But, God forbid my boss tunes in.
Oh, yeah, that could be a downfall. Probably don't do it that way.
I should just,
if you're going to do it while you're in the squad car.
I should just take a piece of masking tape and put it over the beer and just say water, write water on it.
No, what you got to do,
no.
You got to get one of those covers that makes it look like it's a Pepsi can.
Like a beer condom.
Yeah.
Hey Zach, it's okay. I'm not drinking either.
Well, Brayden, I mean, that doesn't make me feel. Oh, I got a question for you. So I saw on TikTok real quick. Gibson can't get his crap together, so I wouldn't be surprised if he is momentarily regulated special teams. Back to a previous conversation we were having. But I saw a TikTok on. I guess this guy was going around asking members of the Church of Latter-day Saints, would you rather drink a cup of cooking oil or a cup of coffee? And people are like, oh yeah, cooking oil. And then a guy stitched it and he was like, bro, I literally know people who would drink a can of paint thinner before they would drink coffee. Is it that serious? It's that over coffee? Like alcohol, okay, it can make some religious, but is it that deep?
I didn't think so, but it was kind of eye-opening.
Okay, so you see the TikTok I'm referencing?
Yes,
okay.
Yes,
because I saw that, I was like, damn, I'm not gonna comment one way or the other because people have their faith and people have their thing, and I'm not gonna judge it, but damn, God's gonna be that mad if someone held a gun to your head and you had to drink a cup of cooking oil or a cup of coffee. God's gonna be pissed off at you for not drinking the cooking oil. I feel like he'd be pretty chill about it. Be like, nah, that's cool. Don't do it again. But I understand the circumstance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've had a cup of coffee, not knowing it was a cup of coffee, and I don't know why people would pick oil. That's disgusting.
Right? I mean, I get it. You're not gonna go optionally out of your way to break the rules of what you believe in, but again, I kind of figured God would be like, yeah, no, you were kind of put in a bad spot, guy. You did what you had to do to not drink cooking oil. I respect it.
Stop all the ghosts.
Two things. One of which to add to Teo's commentary about Gibson. I cut him from the fantasy team because I realized pretty quickly, oh, this shit ain't working out. This guy doesn't have it this year. Secondary point is a question for Braden.
Okay.
But I forgot what it was.
Doing great. Did you see that I changed my name? in fantasy?
What was it? What is the 2?
I don't remember. Honestly, at this point, I don't remember what it was. But now it's I don't believe in hippos because I'm going to guess.
Oh
James,
no,
you
I was thinking of was it Jimmy or Hector that changed it to Braden Hart's the Raiders?
That was Hector.
That's
That was
Hector. Mine
Hector.
is,
Okay.
oh my God, what's mine?
said
Fucking
Carson
Jacobs over Alexander.
That's how
Yes, that's you. That's you, Jimmy Jacobs over Alexander. By the way, it still pissed you.
James
I
is
haven't
the-
gotten over that one.
I'm gonna
I
get
might have
Tyler-
forgotten about it, but I'm still pissed.
Monty.
Oh, Braden, I remember my question. How did you accidentally drink a cup of coffee?
I was in the Philippines. I didn't know what it was. They gave it to me.
Oh,
Braden,
actually,
you're
that
getting drunk
does
if
fully
you-
cover everything. Yeah, if you're in a foreign country, you don't know what you're being given. Okay, never mind.
worst
I
drink.
that
See, I
that okay.
forgot to ask what stuff was.
So I've got a word of advice. Just A, in general for humans, but B, specifically, if you ever meet us in person, if we come out to Vegas, don't
Not
just
if, when.
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 I like that.
That
Don't
is
just take things from
Dante
people.
Pettis,
Don't just
maybe?
don't just be like, yes, I will
Yeah.
consume this, Mr. Person that I
Oh.
don't really know.
Especially if it's Hector or Jimmy. I
100.
swear to God, anything they put in front of you. No, Jimmy, I'm including you because you have the antagonistic personality. You do.
No, I don't think James would do it himself, but I think James would whisper to a drunk Hector, "Hey, you know it would be funny."
Okay, you know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's not wrong.
I'll give it that. So don't listen to Hector the whole time that we are there.
If you see James off alone talking to Hector, whatever happens next, don't be a part of. Just
No,
walk
even if you don't
away.
see it, you don't have to see it. Just don't trust anything. Oh man, this sounds so bad. Don't trust anything Hector says.
Hector. No, I love Hector. Hector will absolutely, and I'm sure if he was in the comments watching right now, he's at work. He will absolutely do that 100% of the time.
Yes, and he knows he would. That's the thing. Like, I love Hector. He's my boy, but he will 100% go to Braden and be like, hey, here's 2 cups. Pick either one. You're going to have a good time.
Hector's the kind of guy that will fill up a water bottle full of vodka and be like, "Hey, you're really drunk. You should drink some water." Just so you would drink straight vodka. I'm not saying I haven't done it. I'm just saying he would.
To be fair, I was like a week in the Philippines. I had no idea what was going on. So
So you're just taking drinks from everybody. You're like, "Yeah, hey, that's awesome. Yeah, man,
well,
thanks."
it was even more funny. It was another missionary that gave it to me. Like,
Damn, set you up.
Oh,
it's a-
wow.
Up.
I was like, "What is this?" They're like, "Oh, it's coffee." I was like, "Why would you give that to me, knowing I don't know what it is?" They're
Come
like,
on, Darnell.
Am I the only one that forgot Montez Sweat played defense for the Commanders?
No, I know.
"Is Chase Young?"
Yeah, no, I remember him being drafted. He had a whole commercial and everything with, what was it, Old Spice? It was a deodorant company. I know that.
Yeah, I think it was Old Spice. Old
Yeah,
Spice.
that's fine. I'm back.
And did you?
I remember him and Chase Young were supposed to be like the pass rushing, duo of the century, and then they're just on the Commanders, like Shohei
Well-
Ohtani, like Trout
I mean,
on the Angels.
in fairness, Chase Young, yeah, he's doing the Shohei stuff where he's actually been very impressive. And then Montez Sweat, I mean, he's been fine.
Oh,
No
fourth,
way.
they're going for it, and they got it.
Chase Young's been good.
He's been all right, but he's not been worth that 101. He has the rookie of the year, and ever since that year, he had the injured year, which I guess you can write off. The year
Right.
after that,
And how
he only
he be on
like
the
this is my thing through college is he did one thing and he did it super well, and he was a really good speed rusher. That was it. He wasn't really like a finesse guy. He couldn't I don't know. He couldn't overpower people. He could just try to burn past them. He was
Look
great
at
at speed rushing.
We're looking at you, Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, I mean, Aiden has a little more power, but I still don't think Aiden's gonna be great.
No, he had a 1-3 sack game where if you actually watch it, they were gimme sacks because somebody had to get it, and he happened to be standing there.
Dude, I loved how Jimmy called that on the spot, too, because Jimmy had mentioned, and he was excited saying that Aiden Hutchinson was a great number 1 pick for this draft, but at the same time, did give you the limitations and also let everybody know, look, this draft is limited. This is probably the most sure thing. You're going to get X amount of sacks every year at least, which is going to be something better than you will get out of anybody else.
True that. That's why I got to watch and talk to Jimmy for college football. He's the dude.
Dude, I will listen to Jimmy on college football and the NFL draft for the rest of my life.
Did anyone see that lineman flop, by the way?
Megan Megan thought I missed that. That was hilarious.
That was the biggest flop I think I've ever seen in football.
Yeah, that was a LeBron level flop.
I was getting, yeah. God damn it.
You were waiting for it. You knew it was coming.
Yeah, no, I was going to say it's either got to be soccer or, unfortunately, LeBron. But, yep, thank you for pointing that out.
Gotcha, bud. How do you like the new bald-headed look out of LeBron, by the way?
About damn time.
Bald LeBron looks like he's going to score 50 a game.
He probably will, too.
Who do you got in this game, Braden?
Who's playing is the Bears and Commanders, right?
Yeah, Braden's like,
Yeah, in Chicago.
Fuck these teams.
Give me the Bears. The Bears.
The Bears.
I'm with
this
them.
is a game that literally is a coin flip to me. If you told me either team and by whatever amount, it wouldn't. I'd be like, yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds reasonable. Bears by 100, okay, yeah, that's a reasonable. Washington half a point, yeah, that sounds.
Oh, tip it!
Just a tip.
Nope.
The only place I would differentiate is that I wouldn't say that either team wins by more than 10. But I would take the Commanders here just because they have the ability to perform offense.
True. I mean, to an extent.
Oh my god!
But yeah, red zone.
Thought he tipped it.
Off of the helmet.
I thought he got I thought he got a hand on it. He straight up headshotted him.
Yep. Ding.
Boom! Headshot.
You should have got
This game, Jesus.
So,
like, why did we get stuck with this?
Because the NFL fleeced the sin out of Amazon Prime. Have you guys have played like high school football, right?
Yeah.
James, I'm a little surprised by that. Well, I'm sure you know what the pad drills are, right? You see the guys like shuffling sideways over pads and stuff like that, warm ups and stuff.
I played Pee Wee. I just didn't play high school.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So every time someone would fall, would trip over the pads, especially if it was a big man, anytime someone would trip over the pads, we'd all start screaming, "Sniper! Sniper in the tree line!" And we'd all dive to the turf and cover our heads and shit as if there was a real sniper. It was actually pretty funny. It's the reason I just bring that up is the whole headshot story. But yeah, the headshot thing. I realize it's funnier in my memories than it is out loud.
You're really crushing the story, Zach. I'm very.
Thank you. It's a tough crowd, so I'm glad that you gave me that kind of feedback. Thank you.
At least, all right. So I'm looking ahead. Next week's not bad. Saints Cardinals.
I'll take it.
Are you serious?
I mean, over the last 2 weeks,
I only had the week before that. At least it'll be offense.
Dalton.
No, famous Jameson's broke ass back is going to be back.
No, Taysom Hill's going to lead the way, man.
Hey, I mean, he has me.
That's Mormon bias, Braden.
Little do you know, the entire NFL is run by BYU players. You don't know it yet.
I don't really care as long as there is offense, because last week and this week are clearly I mean, we just saw Exhibit B right here. Exhibit A was the entirety of last week. And we will continue to see in Exhibit B the same exact thing happen.
He is good. I don't know what
to answer Teo's question. Yeah, Jeff Bezos is going to make money from this because
yes.
Seahawks. No, it's just unfortunate
because there's going to be. I mean, people who now are Amazon Prime members simply for this. I'm sure there's going to be other if you pay for this, then you can get this specific thing. And if Jeff Bezos is not going to not make money on this deal. There's no way that doesn't happen.
Is that
really he's no Elon Musk. He'll make sure he makes money off everything he buys.
Yeah, Elon Musk is a mad scientist. No problem throwing shit away for no reason.
They say he's going to buy the Seahawks. He's projected to buy the Seahawks.
Oh, God.
Allen.
Actually, I don't know if I hate that because he will spend money.
Would it be the Seattle like Space Needles at that point? Would he change the name?
It might be.
I can see him doing some weird shit.
The Seattle, your package has arrived.
Wow. Back him up. Back him up.
4 quarterbacks will play next week. Taysom Hill, Andy Dalton, Jameis Winston, and Kyler Murray. A glorious mess. You know what, Teo? If that's the way they build next Thursday's game, I'm honestly for it.
Yo,
That's probably the best bill that I could ever see for that game.
Teo might be the best commenter we've ever had on this show.
Oh,
I love having Teo here with us.
He's been solid for like a year straight. It's wild.
Hope you're up.
Other people like stumble into the live, or they're like family and friends and stuff. They're like, "Oh, I guess we'll support Teo." I don't know if any of us know him personally. Teo like goes out of his way to keep.
No,
coming.
I'm pretty confident that none of us know Teo.
don't
Do
know
any
Teo.
of you know a Teo?
I mean, man,
That's no.
but
Okay.
I have a feeling.
Yeah, I'm anti-Tejo's catfish. Like,
Did you guys watch that?
Good job, guys. I'm glad you came through with that.
I have never hated a singular person more than the person who catfished him. And
I've heard commonly about this.
Who?
They-
Ooh, there's
like when they were telling their story, they were legitimately sitting there like, "Oh, well, I didn't know what to do. I
They're
was in a
the
bad
victim part.
spot." I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. You are the worst person on planet fucking Earth right now.
but like there's something like his girlfriend died.
And I'm a
I-
man.
Catfish?
Yeah, I don't think I could say that there's nobody that I've singularly hated more than that person. And granted, I did not watch the documentary yet, so maybe that's on me.
Oh, you will hate them pretty bad because it is.
Go Robinson.
It's a good documentary. It's
I'm
a
not
good.
gonna lie.
Okay. I'll tell you what, next week I'm off Wednesday and Thursday. I will go ahead and watch it on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I will come in here ready to go with Manti Teo catfish takes.
Show notes and official clips.
Oh, I'll sit down and take
55
notes.
seconds.
Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Who's my dude over there in the I'm trying to hide how high I am sunglasses?
Oh, I saw those things. Those were like stun of shades.
Oh, yeah.
First
That
quarter,
was
already done. Wow, Jesus.
That was actually pretty quick.
I know.
That's what she said.
Nice.
Hey,
There you go.
Look
There
at
you go,
that.
Brandon. Not broke.
Tequila.
What are you drinking on tonight, Jake? What kind of brown liquor?
What kind of brown liquor am I drinking on?
Yeah.
Clear.
yeah, I was going to say, it looked pretty clear to me.
I honestly, when I was saying it, I wasn't looking. I haven't seen it once. But James, are you drinking tequila?
I am drinking tequila on the rocks, yes.
That is the most psychopathic thing.
No, I love
He
tequila.
loves that.
That's insane. What's
My
tequila?
favorite tequila. Los Sundays.
Never.
Damn, be hosting drink because that'll be hilarious.
What? You
If
cut
I
off a
hope-
bit.
I want you to drink just because it's BYU. No alcohol. I think that'd be funny.
I'll do it. Get ready for the water cast. The most high-rated cast I've ever done.
I don't know if I could not drink during a college football game.
And they didn't
I don't
put
think I
out
could
on
do it during
Saturday.
any game.
That's a plus.
Fair enough. I've only actually ever been to one college football game, and me and my dad went, and we were blitzed before we even got into the game. And we almost like got arrested and almost got trampled over by the Army football team. It was a wild ride.
So my first
Why did you almost get trampled over by the Army football team?
So it was at West Point, and we got, again, blitzed before the game even started. And we went in there. He had won tickets through his job. He works for Coca-Cola. And we get in there, and every usher and MP, they're like, we've never seen these seats before. We've never seen the designation Balcony West. We don't even know what the fuck that is. And we're like, well, fuck. So we're walking all over the stadium. Finally, we find like some head supervisor guy who makes some radio calls, and then comes over and he tells us, hey, you're in the good seats. Like, you are separated by one door from like all the colonels and admirals and people who show up to these games. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. So he's like, look, just go like out of the stadium where you see the suit people standing by some doors into like the weight room and stuff. Go up to them, they'll bring you in, they'll give you a wristband, and we're like, oh hell yeah! So we go out, but Army football was getting ready to run onto the field at that time, and where you go out is where they run in. And we did not realize it because we were already 3 sheets to the wind, and they were running out as we were like stumbling through their path. And yeah, it was. We almost got fucked up. But it was a cool experience to see them charging by, fucking 2 inches in front of you. That was cool.
How big do they look?
They're not as big as your average college guys because remember they're going, they're going to West Point. They're going into the Army. The football isn't their main, their main focus. But they're still big dudes. They're not itty bitty. You know what I'm saying? There's some big guys. They would have hurt me. I'm a solid piece of shit. But goddamn, they would have leveled me.
Army's looking at.
And
sorry.
Those dudes are massive. Notre Dame's players are massive.
Oh yeah, well they go there for football. What are you saying, James?
Army might have, likely not at this point, but they're going to have probably their highest draft pick prospect in this draft class.
And who's that? Give us more.
Andre Carter II. He's an edge rusher. He's got dumb measurables.
You think they're going to let him forego his service or delay his service?
I mean, you got to hope so if you're going to put a first-round pick into him. But he's 6'7", 260 as a speedy, powerful. He's got the full combo, and that like military thing is the only thing that's really like holding scouts back.
Sure, yeah.
I think Megan just gave the pronunciation on the game. That was it, or the punctuation rather. That was it. That's going to be the whole game.
She almost went Midwestern on you. Oh.
Dun, dun. Anyway.
Yeah, this game, I mean, I have a feeling we're in for another. In case you guys haven't noticed, we're in for another barn burner. We don't even have field goals in this game.
No. I'm actually starting to think my 13-6 prediction might be too high.
I'm mad that last week I didn't bet no touchdowns on the Thursday night game, and I wanted to, and I'm mad that this week I didn't bet no touchdowns. Because like a $1 no touchdown bet nets you 50 minimum.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, I would have taken that this game.
Yeah, it's always like plus 5,000 odds.
Like for $1, I'd go for that.
Right? That's what I was thinking. Like, let me just lay down $1. But I'm like, do I really want to piss away $1? But I fucking should have. It's almost good money right now to bet no touchdowns on Thursday night.
Yeah, I could see this being 9-6 also.
Also fair. West Point makes them lean and mean, not large and doughy. Ain't that large and doughy is for the Air Force. I'm just kidding. For anyone who gets mad at me, Papa's birthday is put the Air Force. I do.
Well, I mean, in fairness, I do feel like he's correct there in that the Air Force probably has more guys that look like me than look like large guys.
Yeah.
Khalil Herbert.
Army.
Is that who I have?
Yeah, that's your guy. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Yeah.
Uh-oh. Breaks one
He
tackle.
couldn't get a 20 for you though. He couldn't find pay dirt.
The 30.
What do I
The 20.
have?
He's not going to score.
I don't know.
No, this will end up in a field goal.
Yeah, right. Damn, and I almost went out and got Khalil Herbert in a couple of games because I'm like, he does pretty well.
How much
Yeah,
games
you did,
till the
didn't you?
Broncos
You
start
grabbed
their-
him in our league.
I don't think that I did. I thought about it, but I don't think that I actually did.
I think you did, and then you cut him last week.
That sounds like me. I make a lot of
Yeah.
these.
Yeah, I have noticed that. You are the most active person in this league by a mile.
Hey, what the
Well,
hell?
A, I work overnight, so I have nothing better to do. And B, in a 6-person league, there's so many moves to make. You can do whatever you want in a 6-person.
Is C. Samuel not playing?
What were you
No, he
doing?
should be. Isn't active.
How long until the Broncos fire their head coach?
It should have been yesterday. But I'm sure they'll give Nathaniel Fakett at least a year.
See, it's just showing, and I've seen a lot of TikToks saying that Russ was just a system quarterback, and now that he's not in that system, it's exposing him. I'm like, you're giving Pete Carroll way too much credit. Way too much credit.
Yeah, no. Russell Wilson's was at minimum, if not still is, a good quarterback. But I think there's a lot of the narrative that came out of Seattle was that it was his fault they won the Super Bowl. It was his team. It was his. And there's not enough national credit given to what the Legion of Boom really did. Like, yes, it's a cool name, and yes, they had a good defense, but I don't think that people fully appreciate exactly what they did for that team.
That was Khalil.
That's a top, that has to be at least a top 5 defense all time.
It's in the running. It is definitely a conversation worth having. 100%.
Yeah.
My buddy just texted me. Holy shit, brother! I know from listening to PMT, whatever the hell that is, how bad the Bears actually are. But I'm really watching them right now, and this is perfectly timed for their season. This shit could be a comedy.
Is that why Chaz left? Because he's crying?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he wanted to subject.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, who was that?
That was Griffin. Who the fuck?
Tanner says one touchdown scored. Oh, I just saw it. Wow. That was supposed to be the one touchdown, Teo. That was it right there.
Imagine. So we've had brothers in the NFL. That's a thing that's happened, right? Like the Diggs brothers, whatever. Imagine being a massive step down as far as like Equiminius to Amon-Ra.
Yeah. Well, you got the Watt. There's 3 Watt brothers. There's
they're all good, dude.
Well,
That's what you should have ran. Get it. Damn it!
Well, keep in mind too, there were the Jones brothers with Chandler and whatever the other brother was, and then John Jones, the UFC fighter.
Who?
Chandler Jones and
Chandler and John Jones. John Jones, the UFC champion, the third Jones brother.
Can you imagine being?
He also played in the NFL.
Brother or a normal sibling to somebody in the NFL, like your, James from accounting and your brothers, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. Your brother's like an all-star linebacker, on insert team here.
That's Khalil, and he got stuffed short. Khalil's had so many opportunities to score. Megan put him in, and he just cannot get over the line.
No, fucking from the 2-inch line, there's no way.
Wasn't there a Manning brother who didn't play football at all?
No, he was a receiver in college. He got some kind of spinal injury.
Yeah, he was supposed to be like God.
That's who Arch's dad is.
Archie,
yeah.
What?
That's Archie.
Oh, yeah. Arch. I thought for some reason it rang to me as Archie the father. I'm like, no. But yeah, no thing. Yes, he was supposed to be Cooper Manning. He was supposed to be like the next coming of Jesus Christ. And then he received like some sort of I don't know if it was a back injury or if it was a head injury, but they're like, yeah, pretty much, dude, if you play football again and you get hit like that again, that's the last thing you're doing on this earth. So like, don't. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll go on to be a successful businessman.
It was before like my time, really, but he was apparently really fucking athletic. Like he was more athletic than any of them.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Well,
that's why the Caesar Sportsbook commercial where it's the Manning brothers and Arch Manning. It's the third brother who gets it right, who gets that long paragraph right. And that's why Archie's like, oh, you've always been my favorite, blah, 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 blah. That's why the joke is so fun. That's why that entire commercial is so hilarious because it's Cooper Manning who gets the question right.
Super, thank you.
Hey, so did you guys
keep in mind, Braden, we had our own brothers there, and granted, they didn't both play for us, but we had Matt Hasselbeck, and there was a Tim Hasselbeck.
There was Tim. Yes, you are correct.
Jazz! Hey, buddy.
Hey, did you guys see that 1 yard line?
Yeah,
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, we saw you guys get stuffed because you're not a real football team. Is that what you're
Listen, I know Braden had sad boy times because he reminds of the Super Bowl.
Damn. At least they ran the ball.
Wow.
At least the Bears ran the ball in this one.
Yeah, why are we not using David Montgomery? Did he get hurt? Did I miss that?
Because Khalil Herbert's better.
Because the future
He is.
how old
He really. We should make a trade. We should make a trade seriously for somebody that needs a running back right now.
Who needs a running back right now?
Everybody seems like it.
Not the Jets.
The Steelers.
Yeah. Well, that's because they have Najee Harris, and that's where their talent pool
Yo,
ends.
Najee Harris is giving me shit all season. This is
Yeah,
bullshit.
Oh my god, he's so terrible right now.
He just has nothing to work with. I mean, like if Najee's on the field, you know where the ball is going to. It's a pretty easy shutdown.
Oh,
I know who needs a running back. Braden.
yeah.
No. No.
They've got the
Yes.
ghost of Rashad Penny,
You
I
guys
have-
should,
Fantasy team too.
Devin and Jason McCourty, correct?
James. You guys should trade Kareem Hunt.
Dude, you should.
Come here, Liam.
Somebody
Yeah,
tried to
realistically, we
trade
should
for-
trade Kareem Hunt. I don't know what happened with this whole holdout.
in the Degenerates League. Somebody tried to trade me. Who was it? Kareem Hunt and Terry McLaurin for Devontae Adams, and I forgot who. And I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, already declined. Just at Devontae Adams, that's declined.
I did trade Hector Devontae Adams though. Cooper is the most intelligent.
Yeah,
man
but you
in
got
college
Derrick Henry at least.
playing football.
It was like one
Yeah,
of the-
well, I traded. It was Devontae Adams because I went 0 RB, so I have like Justin Jefferson, Stephon Diggs. Like I'm fine with receivers. So I traded Devontae Adams, and I got who was it? Derrick Henry and Brandon Ayuk in return.
Okay. And you can
mean,
put
I like-
another receiver on the block and another running back, and you're good to go.
Well, I have Michael Pittman on the block too because I have him as a wide receiver. So I'm
Oh,
like, let me
perfect.
see what I can
Oh,
fish
you're
around
set.
for. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, let me see what I can fish for him. Nobody's giving me any good offers. They keep trying to cheat me. Even Hector himself tried to cheat me. I forgot who he offered me 2 scrub players at first, 2 bench players that have been underperforming all season. And I'm like, bro, really? You're giving me trash? He's like, they're not trash. I'm like, of the 2 players, they have combined for overproducing 3 times in 5 weeks. 10 total games played, they have combined for 3 overproductions.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yo, in the league I'm in with you, I saw you put up Gabe Davis, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? I'd like Gabe Davis, but I don't have anybody that I'd give up for Gabe Davis right now.
The way I feel about Gabe is it's a win-win for me. Either I keep him on my roster and
You okay?
he pops off every
Your fingers.
awesome, like he has every potential to against KC, or I trade him away for more pieces, which
Yeah.
is also fine for me because I don't have to worry about when it's going to pop off or not. So
No, I think I'm with you on that. I think you got a win-win there, and I'm thinking about engaging you. I don't know who I'd want to give up for it. I don't think I'm gonna, but I have
I'm
contemplated.
I'm a very shrewd businessman. I've made some dumbass trades in the past, so now I'm like very, very like you have to be giving me more points than I'm giving you, or at minimum like on the dot, or I'm not giving you shit. I don't care how many players it takes. I don't care. Like I'm not playing any games.
The other thing that scares me is I've already got Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, so I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I probably shouldn't have the whole Bills offense as my roster.
Also true.
Why? No, you want to stack. Stacks are good.
Yeah, but not.
I don't like stacking.
And Gabe Davis? No,
Oh,
yeah, no.
Hector. I had Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes.
Damn, yeah. You see, I don't even want to talk about your league, especially with Chaz here in this. Travis Kelce. I was up 50 fucking points going into Monday night. 50 points. The bullshit.
Bro, stacking, honestly, if you have Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Stephon Diggs, and like you got these guys that just are the the backbone of the team, you're gonna be fine in fantasy. I
Oh.
always stack if I can.
I see. I don't believe in it that way, but somehow, and I didn't do this on purpose. Hello, I did this by having Stephon Diggs with Josh Allen, and I also did Tom Brady and Mike Evans. So I ended
Yeah.
up with 2 stacks in a 2-quarterback league.
Yeah, those are good stacks.
I didn't mean to do that; it just happened.
Ugh.
I was just drafting who I thought was the next best guy, and it was like, oh shit, I just did a thing.
Yeah, no, especially in a 2-quarterback league. I'm in a Superflex fantasy league, a TikTok creator league, and I don't remember who. I have Lamar Jackson starting, and at one time I stacked him with Rashad Bateman, and then I also had Derek Carr as my Superflex, and I had him stacked with Devontae Adams.
I will say Bateman is fast as fuck. I don't know to what talent extent he has as far as a wide receiver goes, but holy shit, he is fast.
Yeah. And to Teo's point, did they really just highlight Justin Fields' breathing technique? Is that really the best tape we have on him in this game so far?
Yeah.
Yes. That is, in fact,
Yeah,
the best.
that's 100% the best thing. Honestly, it might be the highlight of the game. ESPN, you'll be watching SportsCenter later, and they're going to be showing that breathing technique.
Yeah, this is damn. This is one of those games that it's like, did we have to do this?
I think the last time I saw a 3-0 game was San Francisco, Dallas, and it was somewhere in the mid 2000s. I think early to mid 2000s because I believe I still lived in Florida. So
Yeah,
I would go that far back.
But that was actually a defensive run game. This is just two bad offenses.
I mean, that was
to watch a defensive battle and be like, wow, this is a good defensive game.
If I'm not mistaken, though, I think that was when it was Tony Romo with Terrell Owens and I believe young Miles Austin at the slot receiver spot, and I believe Jason Witten was there. And then on the San Francisco side, I believe that was maybe Jeff Garcia.
Oh, the days of Jeff Garcia.
Jeff Garcia is one of my favorite quarterbacks. He was so great to watch.
Oh, he just put the ball where, you know what? The one thing that bothered me with him was his throwing motion because he released the ball so much at the top that it didn't look right. Like it came out of the top of his hand. So we had to throw the ball almost when he was coming down for it to go where he wanted it to go. Outside of that, I thought Jeff Garcia was fine. I couldn't understand why he was doing that.
He's like a poor man's Drew Brees.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, no, me neither. Actually, I mean, a very poor man's Drew Brees, like a homeless man's Drew Brees. But yeah, I mean,
speaking of do we think Sean Payton's coming back next year as coach?
Yes.
Dallas is going to have an open seat. Well, I guess not. If they go 5-0 with Cooper Rush.
Did Chaz give a yas? Did I hear that right?
Yes.
Yas.
I think us saying yas for the next however many minutes it is until half.
It'll be more entertaining than the game.
This one's been flying, dude. We're almost done with the stream. It's almost halftime and it's under an hour.
Dude, that's what I told Michelle. I said, babe, seriously, this will go to halftime incredibly quickly because nobody's going to score.
Yeah, and nobody's there's no stoppage of the clock. There's no, it's like almost like a hockey game, right? There's no nothing.
I'll tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you this. If Carson Wentz had Jahan Dotson, this game would be a different story right now.
If Carson Wentz wasn't so bad, this game would be a different story right now.
No, Jahan Dotson made him a good quarterback, bro. And if you notice, since he's been out, he's been trash.
Look like a good.
Jahan Dotson had 1 week. Let's pump the brakes.
He had 3 straight weeks, buddy. Look it up. 3 straight.
Look it up.
I thought Scary was
Al.
That's the ultimate go-to. If you can just throw out a look it up, then you feel like you won even if you didn't have the right thing.
Do you guys think CMC is going to get traded?
Yes. Yes, the Panthers should burn it all down.
To the Bills?
They've got absolutely. They need to not to the Bills and the Chiefs.
That's the rumor right now.
I know, it scares the piss out
of me. Or the Eagles.
Oh, Jesus. Not to the Bills, the Chiefs, or the Eagles.
That's the 3 teams. That's your teams right now. I don't want to hear about anybody else. Those 3 teams are the teams that you're looking at going, oh, shit, that's a team.
I see James Cook going there. If they trade for CMC, James Cook's going to go there. That's a young running back that has a bright future. That's a good.
James Cook is going to get me some free Jets gear. Hector's been living on James Cook's nuts since before the draft. So he bet me if James Cook averages over the season 12 fantasy points a game, then he's
insane rest of the stretch, dude.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna pick out what I want. That's the bet.
Hector's had some really good calls this year. I don't know if that's one of them. Oh,
Yeah.
Darnell.
As James Cook has not been one of them.
No. Also,
Good on
Chaz.
John Dotson too.
Chaz, are you just focused on the touchdowns?
Well, and the catches, the touchdowns and the catches, yeah. How many points did he have in fantasy?
He has
17
3
every week?
receptions, 4 receptions, 2 receptions, 3 receptions.
How many touchdowns?
4 total touchdowns.
Who else has more total touchdowns than wide receiver right now?
Mm.
Who's the top 10
okay,
wide
but
receivers right now with touchdowns?
He was getting red zone targets because the yardage is 40 yards, 59 yards, 10
But-
yards, 43 yards.
But James, if you look at it, Carson Wentz has been trashed since he's been injured.
Carson Wentz has been trashed since he's been drafted.
Nah, he's been pretty. No.
Remember
Easy on
MVP
season
wins?
2.
Stop it. Carson Wentz has never been a good NFL quarterback. I threw a temper tantrum and him and Jared Goff went number 1 and number 2, and everyone's like, you don't know what you're talking about. No, clearly I do.
I'm just saying, don't say that Carson Wentz has been trashed his whole career, because there was one season that he lit it up like nobody else ever could, with the exception of Mahomes and
Foles.
Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers.
The sun shines on a dog's ass every now and then. Geno Smith is also playing good football. I don't want to
Yo,
hear about
Yeah, but we know that shit ain't gonna end up at the end of the year as like an MVP candidate.
You never know, man. If it does,
No,
the
I
Jets
do
fans
know.
are gonna die.
That shit's not possible.
Geno. Is
Jets
not,
fans will die.
Chaz,
Yeah,
I swear to
that's-
God, don't do this to me.
Teo, remember when Terry would be the lead
Sam
back?
Darnold's gonna be the Sam Darnold.
If Darnold ever wound up to be a fucking MVP candidate, it would be over. I would.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah,
Sam Darnold had flashes of an amazing quarterback,
no.
and I don't know what the freak happened.
No.
I don't know what happened to him.
Chaz, pump
He
the
had
brakes
flashes.
again.
He had
Pump the
flashes.
brakes again.
Thank
He had
you.
some great games.
No, Sam Darnold has always been a turnover machine, even at USC. He's never known how to protect the ball. And I threw it again. When they selected him out of USC, I'm like, God damn it, here we go again with this Mark Sanchez bullshit. And there it is. Sam
Mark
Darnold's
Sanchez.
never-
Do you consider Mark Sanchez a good quarterback?
No, but the fact that he came out of USC and sucked as well made me hate Sam Darnold.
He did bring the Jets to the playoffs.
No, Eric Mangini's team brought the Jets to the playoffs. Even though Rex Ryan was the head coach, that was still Eric Mangini's team. It was when Rex Ryan started fucking with shit that Jets sucked again.
You think Rex deserves to be a coach in the NFL again?
No. Maybe defensive coordinator. I think some people are good at things.
Oh, he's a
Rex-
great defensive coordinator, but yeah, there's nothing there as far as head coach goes.
Yeah.
How about the Lions? The Lions get him as a defensive coordinator. They need it.
This is so weird.
They need
It's
something
He
like
would
when
fit with
you
the
have
system.
right now. The league's like highest scoring offense and can't win a game. It's wild.
It's crazy, man.
All the weapons in the world. They
let
are
me-
stacked.
Let me say this now that this whole NFC East thing was up there on the ticker there. The Giants are frauds. The
You're
Giants are
not
the most,
buying into the Dable Giants?
the Giants are the most fraudulent 4-1 team.
Hey,
that-
or they got the greatest coach ever that's going 5-1 with a half-ass team.
no,
Okay, no.
Saquon Barkley is the New York Football Giants, and if he has one bad game, they lose.
Derek.
They're done.
Here's the secondary piece of that too. Keep in mind that the Packer team that they
Oh.
just beat, that's a Packer team that's not the same Packer team that we've seen over the last 3-4 years. It's been 13-3. That Packer team with Aaron Rodgers throwing to kids that he doesn't trust, that's not going to pan out. And it hasn't thus far for the most part. But continuously throughout the season, we will see that the Packers fall to teams that they probably shouldn't.
Jets are going to win.
I have a feeling that that's more so what had to do with the Giants winning that game in London than anything else.
Correct. And the Jets are going to embarrass the Packers. You heard it here first.
Oh,
But if Odell goes to Green Bay, that's going to be a problem. Just letting you know.
That's the only receiver that they're going to have.
yeah. I don't like the Packers even then. I still say, Packers.
Yeah, I mean he's a good receiver, but we found out in New York that he's not Batman. He's a good Robin, right? Like we found out that the whole New York and Cleveland and Rams thing. He's not Batman. He's Robin, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Even
So
if he was a good Batman, I wouldn't
not gonna be a
trust
thing.
him.
What about Odell to the Chiefs?
I think
That's a thing. That would be real.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's
Or
a
to the
problem.
Bills.
Say Odell and Christian McCaffrey go to whatever team they go to, and it's the same team. That's going to be a major malfunction.
Both of them tore their ACLs first game.
Yo, don't do that. Don't say that.
You know what? Even if they do, if it goes to the Bills or the Chiefs, who cares? Like, they're still really good teams.
Yeah, true that.
Why did my screen go black?
James is sitting there like, I know a good running back already.
What?
Nick Chubb.
No, James is thinking about this obscure running back from a college no one's ever heard of that's going to be a Hall of Famer in like the next 10 years.
Oh, dude, y'all want to talk about
TV
K-State?
doesn't even watch
I'll be right back, guys.
I was just kidding.
You want to talk about Minnie Mouse Deuce Vaughn?
What school is he from?
K-State, Kansas State.
Okay, at
Dude
least
is
that's
like,
what I've heard of.
dude is like Kolb's height.
The look.
Oh, sorry. He's 5'6", 176. He plays like Darren Sproles, but better.
Real? Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's exciting.
We are
And that
legitimately
makes the lazy analysis because he's a short, shifty running back, but
Would you consider him to be a hippo?
nah. Little
He's
Deuce.
gonna true shifty hippo.
You mean true? right
Well, I mean,
here.
Fuck you.
If a guy gets nicknamed the shifty hippo and makes it to the NFL, I feel like that's probably better than
All right.
all three.
I'll try it for the Pats next year. They could use some offensive help.
I think that should be a fantasy league punishment: is you have to go try out for an NFL.
Walk-ons.
You have to go try and walk on for an NFL team and have it recorded.
Dude, if you put it that way, John will ask me if I can purposely lose every game because John has been dying for me to go try out for an NFL team for years. And I'm like, John, I am not big enough. He's like, Kolbs, you're everything enough. You're just not very tall. I'm like, John, you don't understand. Like, I weigh 160 pounds. So you can put on weight, just eat some Snickers, buddy.
Kolbs, let me inspire you and insult Zach at the same time. You ever seen a movie about a kid who was offsides called Rudy?
Oh, yes, I did.
Who was offsides? James, can you do me a favor and go fuck yourself?
Right.
I can do you a favor and be Rudy.
Kolbs.
NFL Rudy.
Oh, exactly, Colby.
Shifty.
There you
Nah,
go.
it's not a two.
I want to see. I honestly want to see John try out for an NFL team. I think that.
Oh, no. John is terrified of being hit by anybody, including me.
Really?
Yeah, John hates the idea of contact.
John is a giant golden retriever.
Yeah, he's the same size as Jimmy and actually weighs more than Jimmy by
I was
about
gonna
30
say, he
pounds.
might be as tall as Jimmy, but I think he's bigger than Jimmy.
Yeah,
John-
no, that's what
John,
I'm
he's
saying.
not
He's Jimmy's
that
height and he's
big.
got 30
Yeah.
pounds on Jimmy.
John's a big dude, but he's like
Yeah.
a giant like mountain Bernese
Terrified.
dog, right?
He's
Yeah,
terrified of it, and he'll tell me all the time. He's like, Kolbs, I swear to God, if there's anything physical that's coming up, I want you to be the person that's involved because I can't do it. I'm like, John, you're huge.
Yeah, John's a monster. Well, I remember when he rounded, like I heard his voice when we showed up to the hotel for his birthday. I heard his voice, and then he rounded the corner, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's huge.
Monstrous. And
He's got
funny,
literally a foot on me. That's
Yeah.
how tall he
like
is.
he's like a giant mountain Bernese dog. Like he's just
Wheel
all
again.
fluffy.
Wheel again. Gets positive. No. 1 yard.
But in the words of Tay over here, hippo.
My favorite thing. No. You got to continue the chant. You got to have the tail end of it where it's like, no, we're not calling you fat. Hippo. We're not calling you fat.
That would be the best chant in the NFL.
Like our fans fucking suck.
We're telling you you're not fat. We're telling you you're not fat.
You're an appropriate weight. Oh, yeah, right.
Be the most positive chant ever.
Actually, I would take that at this point because I know I'm not fat, but I'm also not skinny.
I think we should all randomly show up to a Colb's softball game and just like heckle him.
Oh,
Dude,
I
no,
could use some good
I wanna
fans,
come-
dude. The fans I got stuck.
Swing batter. Just go full Ferris Bueller on him.
Dude, I don't care. You guys can show up and say whatever the fuck you want. I don't care if it's fuck you, Colbs. Fuck you, Col. I'll be like, I brought fans.
I'm gonna get a sign, a big like neon sign.
We always have 2 fans, and they're both wives of people on the team that don't speak.
Nice. That's
Yeah, they just sit there.
seems like a fun atmosphere. Don't worry, we'll become roadies for you.
We just won 22-0. Like we're not bad.
Nothing. No Gatorade baths. Did anybody get a Gatorade bath?
No, we just took shots.
Jesus. I'm determined to come to a Colb softball game and just get ripped.
Yes. Oh, Zach, you can sleep right on this couch, buddy. Actually, you know what? I'll give you this. You can sleep on my bed. I'll sleep on this couch.
James, how far are you from Colb's? We'll meet smack dab in the
Oh,
middle.
yeah.
Actually, he's pretty close.
Yeah, it's just over an hour, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah,
We're-
it's something. It's like an hour and change, but not a whole.
Colb's is literally equidistant because it's maybe an hour and a half for me to Colb's. Maybe.
Let's do it.
All right, come to the Hippo. One of you gets the bed. One of you gets the big couch. I'll take the little couch. We'll make this work.
Funny of you to assume we're not all cuddling. I mean,
Yeah.
what?
Idiot.
All right, all of us in my bed. Let's do it. How's this game going, by the
Oh,
way?
Megan, you're not welcome.
Who cares
on
how
this
this game
boys.
Zero-
We're
Megan
doing
can
guy
hang
shit. We're cuddling.
Megan and Michelle can hang out with, or Megan, Sarah, and Michelle can all hang out together, and then we'll cuddle together.
Actually, in all fairness, she has had snuggle buddies before. She'd probably be like, all right, as long as I get to know Sarah and Megan for a minute, like, yeah, they can probably sleep in my bed.
I have a feeling that they'll all be friends. I think that'll probably be the most dangerous thing for our friendship is getting the wives together.
Oh,
That
well,
would
that's
feel
just
like-
it. Yeah, 100% agreement. Because right now, Michelle doesn't know any of these ladies. And I, even to an extent, only somewhat know Sarah and Christy and Megan. And
It was on screen, and he had to stumble over it.
I know. It was. By the way, the name's right there for me too. But I was trying to think of it off the top of my head, and then also McKenna, and then
What? Hold up. Teo, you're not of legal drinking age? Sorry.
You're
I
a
didn't know
child.
that was Colb's.
Legally watch the show, my guy.
Oh no!
I mean, don't leave because
Come on.
I
like,
boldly assumed Teo was minimum 30. Boldly assumed.
I did. I assumed he was at least our general age group. Oh my god, he's a kid.
Sorry, Colbs. I didn't mean to fuck you up and put a pause in that, but I did not realize
Oh
that we
no!
were
Whatever
all-
I was saying, it doesn't matter now.
that we were all doing illicit activities by the time. Teo.
Oh no, Teo.
That-
Oh, he's my boy though, but like he's a kid.
Apparently, you have to be 21 years or older. Well, I
yeah,
feel like that's
Colb's
fair.
like, sorry, Theo, I can't talk to you for another year.
I feel like that's a fair disclaimer though with us. You really should be 21 years
You
old.
should have started with that.
I mean, I don't know if that was ever a topic of conversation. Hey, Teo, how old are you? Like,
Yeah, actually, that's a good
Wait,
point. Yeah,
Teo,
that
how
would have
old
come
are
out
you?
really
Put
bad.
ourselves on the list.
oh, I'm 12. Fuck.
We all end up with signs in our yard and shit. Yeah, that wouldn't have been great.
Yeah, signs in our yard. We all have to tell people that we moved in.
Yeah. Hey guys, I know I've been living here for 4 years, but just so you know, now there's a real problem. And just
Damn,
put
I
the stake
generally
down to the
don't-
ground.
I generally don't like infants, especially when talking about football, because they are children who don't know anything. But Teo, you have gone a long distance to change my
I mean,
mind.
he's not an infant. He just
20-year-old.
I mean, come on.
If you can't buy a beer, you're an infant. Sorry, Teo. You are.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
It's infant or beer. You know what? I might get behind this.
I mean, that's not a bad description. Like, if you can't buy a beer, you're an infant. But Teo at least is an infant that knows football. So he's like the next step up from an infant, whatever that might be.
I can act like an old guy. Oh, no.
Jesus. Don't worry.
Wow, now you insulted him, Colds.
Always miss. Almost always. Are you talking about, like, I hate something with a bat?
Yeah, you're still the GOAT. You don't have to worry about Colds being a predator.
I just knocked my hat off.
Hi, my name is the Shifty Hippo, and
and I'm 31 years old.
You that I just moved in. This is where I work.
This time of year sucks for Colds. Halloween's a nightmare.
You know what's funny about that, Jimmy, is right in front of me, and I can't really turn the camera, but there's a Hocus Pocus sign right in front of me.
Oh, I was worried about where right in front of me was gonna go.
Oh no! Oh no! I now realize we're talking to a child. I can't.
That's where the caged children are, just 10 feet behind the camera.
Oh! This is bad
we
news.
Get Sam Howell. Do it.
Like, I mean, he's still my boy. I want to make that very clear. Teo is still my boy. Now I have to realize what I'm dealing with here. I have somebody that is young, influential. Like, I can't come in here like,
they high five.
Doing anything dumb.
They had a high-speed high five.
Fuck, I want Sam Howell in.
Can I tell you that even with the Prime Vision next-gen stats, this game is the worst thing I've watched since last Thursday.
This is somehow worse than last week.
Oh! Yeah, it somehow is because it's 0-0. I should have bet 0 points. This game might legitimately end up in a tie at 0. He said, I just out-shifted the Shifty Hippo. Number one, he is a Hawks fan. I'm only slightly apologetic.
All right, see, he's right back in. All right, he's good. He's good. Let's just Teo, wait, hold up. Let's just set a date. I'm not asking you to give any other personal info, but when do you turn 21? Because we got to be boys.
We got to be boys. I feel like we're asking a lot of persons. Just for the record of the FBI agents, Kolb's asked that question. James and I.
Yeah, that's fair. I will take that on. I'm just curious when Teo turns 21. I'm just asking because I want to make sure that I'm not going to end up like meeting this guy one day and then it turns out that I'm giving some child alcohol.
Do you have bank account information? Social Security number?
Yeah. What's your mother's maiden name?
What's the first animal you owned?
Yeah. What
street
street did you grow up on?
Anyway. Oh, my God.
Has there been a score yet? Because I haven't looked at this game in like an hour.
There's absolutely nothing to watch. Oh, my God. Apparently, Carson Wentz's hand is made out of rubber. When you shake your hand super slow, it doesn't look like it has bones in it. He high-speed high-fived a defensive lineman. That doesn't really seem like a good idea.
Fire Ron Rivera and put in Sam Howell. Do it!
Can we talk about that statement, though? Like, God damn, who legitimately sits there and says, yep, my quarterback is what's wrong with this team? Like,
that was a big statement. I've never heard a coach do that, even though I've heard coaches say at times like, well, a quarterback, we got to do a little bit better to, X, Y, and Z. I've never heard a coach say to the question of what's wrong with your team, quarterback.
Right.
Like, what?
Didn't Jim Irsay not a coach, but didn't Jim Irsay last year say the reason we lost was Carson Wentz or something like that?
Yeah, he also said it was a mistake.
That was it. He said Carson Wentz was a mistake.
Yeah.
Your mother should have swallowed you. Isn't Jim Irsay like a career alcoholic?
And pill popper. All right, he's multifaceted.
All right, Teo's got us end of July next year. So we got a little ways to wait, but we got this. And then Teo's coming on the road with us in August.
I assume that Teo is from the Midwest, probably Minnesota, given his fandom. But, right? That's the Midwest, right?
Yes, that would be considered the Midwest.
I don't know about Midwest. Look, if Missouri is considered the Midwest, then Minnesota is. Wow, is this the most exciting play we haven't had all night because he dropped it? Oh, my God.
Curtis.
I don't know if you're a play ahead of me or not, but I'm going to let you know in a second. Okay, that was a handoff. Never mind. Oh, shit.
So you're ahead of me. I haven't gotten.
You're ahead, Colbs. God,
Colbs-
JD McKissick, you basic bitch.
Colbs is the rich person tonight.
I like that we judge our own wealth based on what's happened, like who gets it fastest. Even though I honestly have no idea which one of us has the most money.
Probably.
Wow.
So I know that it's not me. I don't know who it is, but I can tell you who it isn't, and it isn't me.
Colbs, you ever heard of living paycheck to paycheck?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't. Oh God, this is gonna mean it's me because I have not lived that life in a long time.
Damn.
Hey, Colbs is the rich one.
You can tell because he gets the place first.
Yeah, but last week I was behind everybody.
Also fair. So apparently our wealth is flip-floppy week to week. Damn, we have 57 seconds left in this half, and it is the longest 57 seconds of my life.
Oh, they just put another second on the clock.
God.
Put in Sam Howell.
Oh, I am terribly mistaken. Our Teo is a good old Southern boy. He's a Virginian.
Woo-wee.
Okay, I mean, in fairness, it's not
I'm
that
actually
far
a-
south. By the way, that's where me and Michelle are probably going to end up retiring.
I've been to Virginia
I wanted to
before.
go to Georgia. She wants to go to Virginia because that's Georgia's too far south, evidently.
Dude, the RVA is fun, man. I love Richmond.
Was I around Richmond? Where is Richmond in relation to Washington, D.C.?
It's
not
further
far.
south and a little bit to the east.
Okay, so I wasn't that close to Richmond.
Some people might call that Southeast Colbs.
To the south and a little bit to the east.
All right, well, fuck you, Jimmy.
I love how relentless our friendship is. There is no slipping up in this group. There is no misspeaking. There is no
No, there can't be.
no. There's nothing.
I won't let you.
I love that Hector just repetitively plays things that Jimmy has said that are funny over the course of time because even though they are not the greatest things to play in our friend group, it works very well. And additionally, Jimmy is, I gotta say, I don't think I know anybody that has the comedic sense that Jimmy has. I know he looks like he's just sitting there on the floor and he's having a plain old night. Jimmy has more thoughts in his head that are funny than anybody else right now, not only in this room, but of anybody that I've ever met.
Jimmy is deceivingly a bad person in those jokes. Because like every now and then, like I won't repeat because I'm not gonna out Jimmy like that. But there have been a couple times where Hector will play one of those saved whatevers, and I'm like, why is James saying this out of no? Oh, never mind. I get it now. We have our.
I know which one you're referring to, and that's actually low key one of the funniest things I've said.
Wildly hysterical. And again, I'm not gonna like. That's for us.
Yeah, no, it's not worth repeating
that was
because
his
Jimmy did go.
house.
Jimmy said something that doesn't go great over airwaves.
All I
but-
know is that whenever James and Chaz get into it, it produces some of the funniest fucking things
Oh my god,
I've ever heard. In
dude!
my
And it's so undeserved. That's the other part of it that makes me like really laugh at it. I'm like,
It is-
A, none of these things have to do anything with Chaz,
no.
and B, these are like actual gold. You took a minute to say, you know what, this is going to be really funny. Let me do this. And additionally, crush Chaz, who doesn't even really have any affiliation to what you're doing.
Chaz
how I
opened
can
his mouth. Hey James, aren't the Browns bad? James, the next 4 glides, James, are probably some of the funniest shit said with a straight face that I think I've seen in a while.
Dude, one of my favorite Chaz and Hector thing is like when I did like a show for a little bit on Boda for like called Pop Shots when I had Sundays off.
Right.
That was like my day. Well, now I do. I just don't want to do it. So I had them both on, and like I got to the show. I was like, all right, guys, thank you for stopping in, like whatever. And Hector must have been a little like high or tired. And like I was like, I did my sign off first, and I was like, I'm gonna like tie everybody in. And I was like, I was like, all right, and thank you to Hector and Chaz for stopping in. Like, blah, blah, blah. I appreciate you guys. Hector was like, yeah, thanks. And then just disconnected. I was like, all right, so I guess I'll promote breaking down the tape.
Damn.
You guys notice my light bulb's freaking out?
Well, Colb's house is haunted. That's what
It's
you
up
get
there
for
too,
being-
man. All right, my power might go out. Apparently,
If there's
everything's
ghosts-
flickering. It's not just this light. I thought it was just this light.
Maybe
If
that's
there's
the
like,
a
show
ghost in the
confirms
house,
it's upstairs,
I'm
too.
gonna kiss you on the lips.
what?
What?
That seems like an odd remedy, but I mean, if you want to drive down here, yeah, I'll gladly kiss you.
Polter.
No, the ghost, Colds. God.
Polter.
Yeah.
Offering to kiss a guy on the lips is actually what got me into a fight at a previous wedding.
Oh.
This guy was really, really mad, and I was offering to fight him as a friend because he seemed sexually frustrated. And he's like, "I don't fight my friends." I'm like, "You don't? That's kind of boring. I bet you the next thing you're going to tell me is you don't even make out with your friends." And he's like, "Why would I make out with my friends?" I'm like, "You don't make out with your friends?" He
Zach,
did
I've
not-
told you that.
Did not.
Yo, I do like that. I like the idea. I like the idea of just every time you go to a wedding, just hey, boys, quick makeout sesh. Let's make it happen. We'll figure everything else out later.
He was not a fan. I think
I
Dracula.
love that this is fucking happening. You're talking about making out with your friends, and this kid just like coming in like, yeah, fucking Kansas City.
I think I have found a Kansas City fan, or a Kansas City fan has found us. Casey is definitely not a bottom, apparently.
What?
No, that's
What the hell
overall.
is that? Why do you have to comment it like 14
Love
times?
it. Hey, I
Hey,
appreciate
I'm
you,
not mad.
Thank you.
His comments are more interesting than this fucking garbage.
In fairness, not only do I agree with that is more entertaining, but also I just read that. but also I do have KC plus 2.5 this week. I think KC wins that game against Buffalo.
I think it's bad to bet money line or point spread on that
In
game.
KC, it's in KC. Dude, I'm with this guy. You know what? Never mind. What's your name?
What's
Draco Draco
Draco
Gaming.
No, I don't like money line or spread bets on that game, but the over, yes. Whatever prop bets you want, over, yes. For receivers for Josh Allen, Mahomes, just overs.
Ooh,
Bet all
over under on that one's 52.5, and I actually might go
Over.
under.
over.
Oh man, I don't know because they've
Um,
had so many offensive competitions that I could see this going the other way.
You know, I was just about to say the only way that I think it might go under is because of the Bills' defense. The Bills don't have a scrub defense. The Chiefs.
The Chiefs, no. The Chiefs have had a pretty solid defense this year, Zach. It hasn't been phenomenal like the Bills, but it has been very solid.
Yeah, they're gonna look like scrubs against the Bills. Let's make that clear.
I mean, I hope so because I'm playing you in fantasy, and I got Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. So I mean,
Well, then
that's
I-
what I'm
Dial
rooting
it up.
for.
Oh,
Dial it up. Dial it up. Okay. That also works.
I'm watching
That
in
is
real time how long he's holding the ball 6, 7, 8, 9, and then he scrambles. He almost had the ball for 10 seconds back behind the line of scrimmage. Because that's what next gen stats can do for you. Like that little promo.
To be fair, I
we
mean,
love
from
you.
that view, no one's really getting separation. But also, like, Justin Fields is primarily a mobile quarterback with a good arm.
I mean, to be fair, these teams, these coaches, and all of this sucks.
Oh,
The Chiefs have always had a sneaky good defense that makes fools of themselves in the light. Well, I mean, yeah, look at Daniel Sorensen.
Don't.
Oh well, I mean, that's one guy.
He's
I
good.
mean-
The Chiefs are Daniel Sorensen. They're good until they have to be good.
Ooh,
And then-
no,
that
the
Lizzo
Chiefs are
song?
not Daniel Sorensen, sir.
What's that Lizzo song? Why men great till they gotta be great? Why the Chiefs defense great till they gotta be great?
New man on the Minnesota Vikings. It was Teo.
Okay, so out of the Chiefs and the Bills, who's won a Super Bowl?
What?
Out of the Chiefs and the Bills, who won a Super Bowl?
Yeah. To compare.
Oh, Justin Fields is
and
down.
Josh Allen is wild.
Never
To
mind, he's
compare
up.
whoever coaching the Bills in recent history to Andy Reid is wild. Come on, man. There's more to it than the defense.
Fuck.
Oh no, I'm just making the point that I really think the Chiefs defense is underrated as far as how most people are considering it. And I think this game will be more of a defensive struggle than people might realize, but I won't be shocked if this game is 55-52.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree that they're more underrated than I'm giving them credit for, or most people are. I can give you that. Saying that this game is going to be a defensive, I know you're not saying outright it's a defensive battle, but it's going to be more defensive than people think it is, which is kind of a low bar to set. Because I think it's going to be a 100-point game total.
Oh no!
You know, oh shit. Chaz is going to hop on just to cry. He's rough.
Injured this time?
It looks like he's actually injured. I think he looked like he took a helmet like right to the sternum last time.
Yeah, and there's no.
Oh, he got it in the same spot. Oh yeah, no, he's got like a cracked sternum or something. Oh,
roughing the passer. He sacked him.
Maybe he just had the wind knocked out of him.
he's up. He's moving
Yeah, he's moving, but
gingerly.
Trying to figure out.
it doesn't look great.
Arm? Is it his arm? Is it his shoulder?
Man,
No, that looked like literally torso, upper torso.
That's what I was saying, dude. Sternum. But I saw Justin Fields get fucking speared in the college football playoff and then fucking win the game and upset Clemson. That was
Like
sick.
Goldberg came out, or what happened?
Edge first off.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was too old for your commentary.
Infant.
Teddy!
To Teo's
No.
point, yes, I do think we're going to see a Tony Romo, Peyton Manning showdown. Did someone catch that?
No, almost.
But yes, I do think, yes, I know specifically what game you're talking about. Tony Romo and the Cowboys versus Peyton Manning and the Broncos, and it was like a 55-52 affair or something wild like that, which is the day that I realized that defense no longer matters in the NFL. Because anytime that Tony Romo can get into a gunfight with Peyton Manning, defense doesn't matter.
Dude, I'm so pissed. I have to work during the Bills-Chiefs game. And in all seriousness, and I'm not kidding when I say this, outside of my Seahawks Super Bowl win, my two favorite games I ever watched, one was the Chiefs-Rams, I think it was 2018. I watched it in a hotel room. It was one of my favorite things I've ever seen. That was my favorite game I've ever watched. It was like 54-51 or something like that. And then my second favorite game was the Chiefs-Bills in the divisional round of the playoffs last year. I watched it at my buddy Tony's house. Those were my two favorite games I've ever seen, both of which, by the way, just to throw it out there, have Patrick Mahomes as part of it. And, you know, I got a feeling that has something to do with it. But
on top,
I will mention, I got to work through this one, and I don't know how seriously I can take my job that day. Literally just between that 3.5 hour span.
I think you might be coming down with a cold. You know what I'm saying?
I thought about that, but I don't think I can do that to everybody. But I might have to go drink water very, very frequently.
Water.
No, like I actually do drink water very regularly at work. So I'm thinking rather than like every 2 hours, I go in like every 20 minutes.
Fair enough. Hold on, I'm just Googling something real quick. And then, because I want to make an announcement. But.
Making an announcement? Is Aviation Gin back?
No, Aviation Gin isn't back, but I am talking to a former second-round pick for the New York Jets about coming on the podcast, and he just responded to me. So, hoping to have a former New York Jet second-round pick on the podcast soon. So there's a little teaser for you guys to end this, and breaking down the tape wherever you can find us. You know, we've got breaking down the tailgate with James. James, what are we looking at this weekend?
Oh, it's Bama, Tennessee, baby.
Oh, that's a banger.
The first
have
round.
that? Do we have an upset in the
I'd
works?
actually have to look at the line. It depends on if Bryce Young plays. He's slated to be in, I think, but even still, I think it's going to be a fucking slaughter. Like, I think it's, or not a slaughter. I think it's just going to be a high scoring game. It's going to be fun as fuck. So stay tuned for that.
Love to see it. And obviously, we got the Shifty Hippo with our man, or nobody is shiftier with the Shifty Hippo with our man, the Shifty Hippo, because I can fucking speak apparently at the end of all.
By the way, Zach, just clear, uncut question. Did you ever get the episode from last week? That's what I thought, because I don't remember you asking me for the code. So, you know what? I'll make sure to put it out this week. I'm going to do something. That's okay. That's okay.
The producer for this
I'll do
sucks.
something for you, because now it's been a couple of weeks. I want to make sure that we keep it going. So I'm going to give you something, and you're going to take it and run.
You know, I remember we had that conversation, and you're right. I didn't. I'm sorry about that, Colbs.
Hey, that happens, buddy.
I appreciate your understanding. Online.
There's also breaking down the tape, ladies and gentlemen.
there's also stuff that we do. We swear. Thank you guys for watching. Teo, we love you. Whenever you turn 21 and not put Colbs on a list, we would love to have a drink with you. Yeah, you guys have a good rest of your night.